It's 11 p.m. on a Friday in Queen City, and we are just kicking off another edition of the High School Football Blitz. I'm John Treach alongside Kelly Barton.
Hello, hello. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll bring you the best highlights and scores from around the area.
That's right. We begin with the pep band as it gets louder and you get closer. The lights get brighter as the nights get later, from the teams to the dreams to the screams of fumble.
Ah.
Fridays are for football, especially at Charlotte Catholic. What a scene. Standing room only at Charlotte Catholic quickly becomes jumping room only as the Big I.
Ooh, jump around?
Jump around. The powerhouse of Independence plays Catholic in a classic. Catholic had the lead at halftime, but Jaden the Jet Jones cleared for takeoff. Jones hits turbo. Jones has a flying fix for 6 from 50 yards out, 14-10. Catholic then marches down the field into the red zone, but that's when the rocking Reddish boys take the ball away. Quentin with the strip, Nick with the recovery, 17-10. Game in the fourth quarter. Well, Justin Little goes deep to the unstoppable Vontrez Birch. Trez, touchdown, 24-10. The Big I flexes on the road. But Kelly, Catholic would not win, but behold the catch of the year by Jack Larson.
Whoa.
It's art in full speed for the Notre Dame recruit. We're gonna have a story on him on Monday on WCCB News, but check out that catch. It looks like Chris Olave from the Saints. 24-10 though, the Patriots win. To Mint Hill, home of Charlotte history and the dog pound of Butler. Coach Brian Hales, 3 state titles as the Bulldogs are once again state title contenders. Jaden Williams, he's 5'9", 210 pounds, dares you to tackle him. 60-yard burst through all of Providence High School. What a run. Even after the flag, it was a 60-yard run. You know, the quarters changed, the sides of the field changed, but the Butler beatdown does not. Zach Lawrence, he's a D1 recruit to Neo Espinoza, touchdown. And then, well, Friday night, Neo takes over. The sack fumble, just like you teach them. What a recovery there by Ian Coleman. And then Butler bulldozes their way to a 49-6 win. They are 5-1.
Homecoming at Philip O'Berry, and the homecoming court definitely brought it tonight. The Queen was crowned in all her glory. Speaking of glory, the Cardinals band had the crowd lit at halftime. Check out these moves.
That's awesome.
A little leapfrog going on, hoping the Cardinals football team would light up the scoreboard too after going scoreless before the break. The Sabres started the third with a 14-0 lead. Cardinals D came to play. Senior Chris Hartley making big man moves with the sack. The South Meck offense was able to put another one on the board in the third quarter. Cameron Watson makes it count, but Barry would block the extra point, so it was 20-0 Sabres. Not sure who gets the nod in the battle for the best helmets, but when it goes to the win, well, that goes to South Meck. Spoilers at homecoming, 35-6 the final score. I love the alumni cheerleaders there. They had them all ages. In a battle of winless teams, somebody had to come out on top. Garinger hosting East Meck. Eagles flew out fast. Their first series of the game. He gone. Marquise Bird takes the handoff and takes off all the way. Just kidding. He got pretty close, though. Inside the 5, the Eagles would punch it in and have no problems doing it. The extra point is good, and East Meck takes a 7-0 lead, less than a minute into the game. But hey, the Wildcats would answer. I promise. That was a touchdown catch. Player got in my way.
Well, sunset was great, though, too.
Yeah, sunset was beautiful, and so was the homecoming queen, Garinger's homecoming queen. They were loving that, but the Wildcats go for 2, can't convert. The Eagles would go for 6 and get more of it. How about a punt return for 6?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. James Bailey, the third, made all the right moves all the way to the end zone. The band was great, and yes, there would be a winner. 40-18, East Meck gets their first win of the season.
Congratulations.
Spoilers on homecoming again.
Yeah, now let's take a look at some of the other scores from around the Queen City tonight. As you can see, Ardrey Kell beats up on Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson having a good year. And then Myers Park puts it on Palisades, 44-0.
All right, Coach James, Gardner Webb alum. I went to school. If you haven't been watching.
And Kelly was actually the prom queen, so this whole royalty thing is big into her.
Yes, and all my glory 50 years ago. North Meck, how about a 40 burger, hanging it up on Harding.
Take it.
And let's see, Sun Valley.
Good win on the road.
Yeah, 14 over Country Day.
Providence State, no surprise there.
Wow.
59-21.
They're pretty good.
That's right. They're all right. The top 25 team in the nation. Now, don't go anywhere. We have plenty coming up, including a look at our game of the week. It was streamed on Bahakel Sports this evening between West Charlotte, undefeated West Charlotte, and West Meck.
And as we go to break, take a look and listen from our student section of the week, the Ragin' Bulls out in Hickory Ridge.
The Blitz on BahakelSports.com is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina.
Well, hey there, and welcome back to the Blitz as we bring you all the action from around the area. Our Bahakel.com game of the week, which was live streamed on BahakelSports.com. Tonight was West Charlotte up against West Mecklenburg in the War of West Side. Let's take a look. It's a historic rivalry, and it took no time to get going. First play, Katie Smith to Dante Nicholson all the way in the corner of the end zone. They were already up a touchdown at this point. They were continuing to roll on both sides of the ball. Next play, crazy punt goes over his head. This has happened multiple times for West Meck. It's going to go to the end zone. He tries to kick it away, thinking it's going to save the touchdown. It would actually be a penalty and a safety, but they get the touchdown there as they recover it before it bounces out. Now, on the ensuing extra point, they're going to say, you know what, we're going to fake it and take it in for two, run the other direction, just barely passing through the defender right there. West Charlotte just continuing to run their undefeated route, and they can do it plays like this. Scotty Cooper, the barreling run to go all the way through for another touchdown, 35 yards. He's got green grass and an open end zone at the end. Now, West Meck would actually put points on the board there in the third quarter, but it'd be a little bit too little too late. And so the Lion Hawks Classic Trophy is going to stay in West Charlotte. And to help us break down all the action from this game, we bring in the two gentlemen who are on the call for Bahakel Sports, Reggie Walker and Darren Vaught.
We welcome you from West Charlotte High School, where tonight in the battle for the West Side, as they call it, it was all West Charlotte, all Lions. With Reggie Walker, I'm Darren Vaught. Happy to have you with us, whether or not you were with us for our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Reggie, the Lions came in 4-0 on the season. It was already their best start for the program in 13 years. They advanced to 5-0 after a 42-8 victory over West Meck.
Dominant performance on both sides of the ball and in special teams. They were excellent. I thought the key coming into this game was how would they handle the emotion playing such a close rival? Would they come out with a true focus, the proper execution early in the game? They did that for 4 quarters.
It's an aggressive performance, to say the least, for the Lions. Now, the offense ran very, very smoothly under quarterback K.D. Smith. This was his first of 2 throwing scores to Dante Nicholson for 20 yards.
Yeah, they established the run first with this offense, and then they were able to start throwing the football. And then this right here I thought was a key stretch. Late in the half, they forced West Meck to punt. Bad snap. It ends up being a touchdown for West Charlotte. They go on and get the 2-point conversion. All of a sudden, their lead at the half is stretched out and elongated, and then all they had to do was close it out in the second half. And K.D. Smith again here going to the air, putting 7 more on the board.
He hit Chance Bradley on that one. So 2 throwing scores for K.D. Smith to go along with 2 rushing scores. Relentless effort from the West Charlotte defense and special teams units as well. They get the victory on their home turf, 42-8, to move to 5-0 on the season. The Lions on a tear. Be sure you tune in next week. Porter Ridge at Marvin Ridge is our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Reggie and I will have you covered for all the action at Marvin Ridge. That's at 7 p.m. roundabout kickoff time on BahakelSports.com.
And of course, our thanks to Reggie Walker and Darren Vaught for the wrap of the Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Like they said, next week it's going to be the Rumble in the Ridges. Porter Ridge up against Marvin Ridge. It should be a good one. Now let's take a look at some of the scores from around the area in the Greater Metro Conference. We've got Lake Norman in a last-second victory over A.L. Brown on the road by 3 points there. And then West Cabarrus was a part of that crazy game against South Iredell last week. Well, they couldn't get a late-minute victory in this one. Cox Mill taking the win 21-20 in the closing seconds of that game. As we go to break, let's take a look at our cheerleaders of the week. We've got some more coming up for you as well. We've got this game that we're going to show you and a couple others, and then we've got our cheerleaders of the week as well from out in Garinger.
The Blitz on BahakelSports.com is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina.
And welcome back. It's the Blitz, but this Blitz provides pleasure, not pressure, Jack. We're not taking any losses on this Blitz.
No matter what happens, it's going to be good for us and good for y'all. So we've got more action to get to across the 704. Let's start out with one of the most storied rivalries around. That's Huff and Chambers. I mean, two teams that have had hotter starts. I can't find them. They're heavyweights in the Queen City Conference now.
Every year.
It's been up and down for some of these teams this year, especially them. They've had some interesting games, but they're looking to build some momentum up this year. These two teams have dynamic defenses, and points were hard to come by. It was 10-7 coming out of the locker room with Huff out on top. It was a pad-popping game, back and forth. No shortage of big hits. You see Will Jones has the catch right there down the sideline. Look at the hit. Not often you see the running back lead with the head and the shoulder like that. But they're actually going to get to the red zone, and it's going to be that Chambers defense coming out on top. He's going to get scooped up in the backfield, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal.
They do that well.
I say if there's one thing they do well, it is this 53-yarder, a school record for Nolan Hooser, and that is his 60th field goal in his career, which is just absolutely insane.
He's going to Clemson for a reason.
Yeah, and that would be the deciding factor. They win that game by a very short margin, and it's going to be a big win for Huff going forward this year. And right up the road, Hopewell played host to Mallard Creek. The Titans have had their best start in the season in over a decade. They're not going to keep up that momentum, but on the opening kickoff, that would not go their way. Benjamin Black fielding the short kick. He finds some life there on the left side, says, nope, I'm going to go one way. I'm going to stiff arm the other, which actually helped him, found some space on the end, and then it's sayonara.
Yeah, see you later. He's a Rutgers commit, a 3-star. He looks like a Big Ten player right there.
He might as well run all the way over there.
Might as well.
Now, I would say Hopewell did have some defensive stops, tried to make this, a manageable game, but as you can see the score there, 48-0. It would just get out of hand for Hopewell, and they'll try to regroup as they go moving forward.
A lot of games left. Yeah, Charlotte Christian and Cannon to the private schools. That's Bryce Young, a Notre Dame commit. His ankle is healthy. Charlotte Christian, first quarter. Christian Van runs all the way untouched for the 28-yard touchdown. Was so good in the season opener against Myers Park. He's having a great year. 7-0. Cannon with the ball. But Cross killing him. If there's a guy who's meant to play for Christian, it's Cross, and he gets the interception. How about Owen Farrell? The quarterback here. You get this, and he's got plenty of time. This is great pass protection. You just don't see this at the high school level. He's going to find his receiver. That's Corbin Hall. Touchdown, Charlotte Christian, 14-0. But Cannon has Tyler Green. He's going to scramble. He's going to take it himself. The do-it-yourself program. This is, oh, no, it doesn't work out very well. That's Jack Gullickson, the sack, 38-3. Charlotte Christian flexes against Cannon. Tricep burn, hit workouts, high-intensity interval training, kids. Yeah, it's getting a little harder after number 7, I mean 67, 68. Central Cabarrus punting. It's blocked by Tyrell Weatherspoon, number 77 in big man heaven.
Look at the big boy.
Touchdown. He's got the hands. He's got the speed. He's got the physique. Touchdown, Concord. And how about Kean Phillips fakes the handoff, play action pass to Lucas Guerrero. Touchdown, 13-7, Central Cabarrus. Intercepted by Kaylee Davis, brings it back all the way to the 20, deep into territory. And then, Keon Phillips again.
Those spiders know how to bite.
Those spiders are terrific. This is a battle for Concord, battle for Cabarrus County, and it goes to Concord, 27-7, the final.
Let's take a look now at some of the other games from around the area. The South Piedmont 3A Conference. We're no surprises here. You see J.M. Robinson 26-6 over Jesse Carson.
A lot of lopsided scores from these two schools. Northwest Cabarrus, J.M. Robinson. They are playoff contenders, state title contenders, as you can see.
Absolutely. As we keep going on, we've got another one here. South Rowan, the battle for the Rowan area.
Rowan County, West Rowan, 54-28. Second straight week with a huge win from them.
Absolutely.
And is that... We got a lot. I think that's it.
I said we've gotten so many games now. We're not having to rely on these scoreboards.
That's right.
And don't go anywhere. We still have one more segment to go on the Blitz, including a bunch of battles out of South Carolina.
Sounds good. Yeah, as we go to the break, take a look and listen to our band of the week, the Loud and Proud Butler Bulldogs, playing the fight song because they can't stop from scoring touchdowns.
The Blitz on BahakelSports.com is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina.
It's 11:22 on the East Coast for Bahakel Sports. It's a good life. Yeah, welcome back to the Blitz. We have one more segment for you as we bring to close this week's high school football action here in the Queen City and even into South Carolina. We cross that border. But before that, we have one more local high school game to take a look at here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and head out to Hickory Ridge. Very picturesque as they start this one off. Taking on Mooresville, though, would not be a picturesque start for that game. You see Mooresville already in the red zone, and they can easily just walk right in. Got to give the shout out to this. We know Jeff Taylor is the director. I'm here doing this. Little brother Will Taylor, whose student teaches out at Hickory Ridge, he's the one getting these highlights for us.
Thanks, Will.
Getting some overtime in.
What's Mom doing?
They're on vacation, so she got the night off. But it wasn't really the best game for him to film as a supporter of Hickory Ridge, because Mooresville does what they've done all season long, continue to pile on into the end zone. Now, crazy finish for this game, though. It would be 42-14 going into the fourth quarter, and Hickory Ridge would actually start to put up some points. You see here the cross route for the touchdown. They'd get the onside kick, a touchdown, the onside kick, a touchdown.
Wow.
Final score 42-35, giving Mooresville the biggest test they've had all season long.
What a fourth quarter, yeah. We go to, I believe this is Weddington at Dutch Fork. Yeah, the Mean Green, the Warriors, made it to the state semifinals last year. Silver Foxes of South Carolina, second possession of the game, Ethan Opping hands it to Maurice Anderson, and he finishes off the drive with a 7-yard run at 7-0. Still in the first quarter, Silver Foxes. This is Ethan Opping. I'm sure he's bowing to the crowd, and then he's going to swing it to Trent Lodge. About 72 yards. Dutch Fork. We got this from a South Carolina station, so we're going to tell you that this is Dutch Fork bias, but they didn't win. Weddington won.
So I guess we can cheer.
Weddington won, yeah, 17-4.
Warriors will travel.
Yeah, Warriors, the local area, the 7-4.
0-2 against our area team.
And
losing
very
to Huff and
close,
Weddington.
very close game, 17-14, the final.
Kind of scare there. But how about Richland Northeast playing host to Nation Ford? And it's the Falcons who strike first, coming out of the locker rooms. Caden Barnett with a dime to Amy O, who would score his third touchdown of the night, making it 22-21 Nation Ford. But Northeast had an immediate answer. The drive down the field, and it is James Willingham who breaks all of those arm tackles in his way in for an RNE score. The Cavs jump back in fun in a back and forth battle, but in the end, it is Richland Northeast on top 41-38.
Good point. Don't arm tackle them, Kel.
No, I would never. I would just jump out of the way. Batesville-Leesville Panthers at home tonight. They won back-to-back games, hosting the Chester Cyclones in another South Carolina showdown. First quarter, Cyclones drive down the field, capped off by a quick run by Elijah Coleman. The Cyclones convert for two and take an 8-0 lead. After a failed Panthers drive, the Panthers defense gets a critical sack there to force a fourth down punt. Not long after that, the Panthers punch it right in. Tanner Watkins on the carry. Game is tied after another conversion. Cyclones driving the ball right down. Stop me if you've heard this. Cap it off with a quick one by Coleman. He's had a few of those tonight, folks. 16-8 Cyclones on ensuing kick. We weren't even set. Amari Wooden bobbles it, but it didn't even matter. He gets within one. But Chester would pull away to win this one, folks. 38-18, the final score down in South Cac.
I got a bone to pick, though. These teams in South Carolina, they have long names. Every single one of them we've done has been like 2-3 words.
The names of the schools?
Of the schools, yeah. All of them. So we've got some more scoreboards to take a look at. Some teams from out of the area. Olympic traveling all the way to Virginia to take on Lord Botetourt. Would not leave with a win, 56-21.
There's another name for you.
Yep.
Yeah, Lake Norman Charter. It'll be better next week.
No,
that's all. You know, long season. It's week 6. We got more games. Charlotte Latin, close one. St. Paul's wins, but then Hickory Grove, 42-7 over Covenant Day.
Wow. Yeah, I took that Lord Botetourt because coming from West Virginia, I know that school, and it looks weird when you write it out, so I made sure I pronounced that one.
Lord
Veteran move by you, Jack.
Lord Botetourt.
Well, before we go, here is our play of the week from last week, as voted by you, the viewers, the people. It was a democracy, and the decision, this week's winner.
That game you were out at, that West Charlotte Mallard Creek final victory.
The Jaden Smith stop, the Michigan commit, gets the huge stop on 4th and short as you watch right here against Mallard Creek. This touchdown would have won the game, and access denied.
Yes.
What
defense.
a play by the West Charlotte, the undefeated West Charlotte Lions.
Yeah, they clearly carried into this week as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys have any big takeaways from this week? Anything?
You know what? I enjoyed the fall weather. How about that?
Yeah,
It
that
felt
was
like
nice.
football weather. I loved it.
I really agree. I like the sunsets.
Oh, yeah.
I like the huge crowds. We're getting to homecoming season.
Yep.
I saw 2 homecoming queens tonight.
Right.
It was
And you got
pretty cool.
conference play too. These games are trying to get a lot more heated. They were getting chippy. That Chambers Huff game was real back and forth. They were having some words after the snap there.
They were.
Oh yeah, because these teams, they don't like each other.
I'm sure they were just getting along.
Oh, yeah.
Where are we going to sit in church?
Of course.
Well, that's a wrap on the Blitz. Thank you so much for joining us. For Kelly, for Jack, I'm John. Have a great week.
See you later.